Hello everyone, I will be making this coaster set using what's called the raindrop technique. So if you think this is something you're interested in, please continue to watch. Thank you. Okay, to start with, use UV resin, but don't pre-treat your molds. At least I didn't. I didn't put a mold release because I was afraid it would cause my resin to slide around in the mold. So what I did was I'm putting down the first drops, which is the biggest ones of all. Spread them out, but leave room in between for your smaller raindrops to come in a little while. Put a little dropper tip on the end of your bottle, and it'll help you control the size of the drops that you're leaving on your coasters as well. Just spread them out into a pattern that you're happy with. Then I put some resin into a small container, and I'm going to use a small dotting tool. And then just dip it into the resin, and I put the drops out. But I still leave more room because I have another size that I want to put in there afterwards. Now you're going to see I'm not going straight from the cup to the coaster. I'm getting like 2 or 3 taps of the coaster with one dip into the cup. So it's going to give an alternating size of the raindrops throughout your coaster. And just put as many or as little as you want. Make this your pattern or however you want it to be. I liked a lot of them, so I put, especially the tiny ones, I put quite a few of the tiny ones. I came back and dipped it several times and went back and put several different sizes of raindrops. And now I'm finishing up, just filling in a few little empty spaces I had. Okay, next thing you have to do is you have to put it into the curing part. You put them in there. I put it in there for 90 seconds per coaster, and it was fine. So now after it's all cured, you pick your color of your mica powder that you want to use. Here's what I'm using here is a gold color, and I use an eyeshadow makeup brush. So just take it and you dust it all along the edges and along the top. Completely cover your drops as well with the mica powder. Now I'm taking the excess here and I'm just dusting it off into the next coaster. That way I didn't waste any mica powder. And I use like a blush brush to dust it off, because if you don't, when you're going to pour in the next colored resin, the loose mica that's not adhering to the coaster will float to the top, and it'll leave a little residue at the top of your coaster, and you don't want that. So I just dusted it off as much as I could. But just dust all 4 coasters with using the eyeshadow brush, and then come back and dust it off with the blush brush like I'm doing here, and just repeat that for each coaster. Here's the holder. I found that the eyeshadow brush was a little big to fit in between those small crevices, so I just got a smaller brush to do the job. But I didn't coat this coaster entirely with the mica powder. I left some areas so that way the black resin that I'm about to pour will show through in some areas. So I like the idea of it peeking through here and there where the gold wasn't going to be at on the mold. And funny thing, as I'm doing this, I was thinking maybe I want the black to show through on the edges of the coaster. So I went back and took a Q-tip. I dipped it in a little bit of alcohol, and then I just kind of rubbed the edges, because this one has a rough texture on the edges. So I went back and I just wiped off some of the raised areas of the mold. That way, in those areas where the resin was wiped off, the mica powder was wiped off, the black resin will show through. And I dabbed off a little extra alcohol right there on my wrist, and just continue to wipe all 4 edges, all 4 coaster edges. That way the black will be consistent on all coasters. And there's the last one. I'm just wiping off, like I said, the raised edges, so that way it'll be consistent all the way around. Okay, what I'm using for my tint is from Eye Candy. It's the black, and I have resin mixed up on the side ready to go. So I pour it on a stick, and then I lead it into my coaster. I find that helps with bubbles. That may not be, but it works for me, so I just do it. And here I am, I'm pouring it into all the coasters. Just finish filling your coasters. Make sure you have it on a level surface. That was the hardest thing for me to get, till I finally found those little foot levelers you could put under your tabletop And my husband took some flat boards for me and put the levelers, and it's such a game changer. Anyway, just continue filling your coasters up, and then once they're full, you just put them aside and let them sit for the night, overnight. Okay, here we go. Taking them out the coaster molds, and I love the effect. It came out so cute. The drops make such a pretty 3D effect. And that gold with the black showing through, it's so cute. See, it shows the different sizes of the little raindrops. To me, it gives it a little more character. There's the black showing through. It's so cute. To finish my coasters, what I do is I put a cork round on the back, and on the base I put those bumper pads, the little bumper stoppers, to give it a little protection on the tabletop. This base right here gave me so much struggle getting it out, but I was determined to win, and I did. See what I mean about the black showing through? I really like it. Let's just put it all together. And I think it makes such a beautiful piece to put on your tabletop. I decided against raising it to the camera here, so hang on, I'll bring the camera to you. There we go. It is such a beautiful piece. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you.